the Pittsburgh Steelers win in Cincinnati 28-21. They moved to 3-2-1 on the year. I went to the game. I have some videos of the game. I have the final touchdown that AB got to win the game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That will be after my post-game commentary. But let's just talk about some of the stats, and let's get right into it because it was a great game to go to. There were a lot of pissed-off Bengal fans at the end. In the end, there was actually a fight between, after the TVs went off and everything, I stayed to the end, and there was a fight at the end of the game between the Bengals and Steelers. I kind of doubt it was on TV, so I haven't watched the TV version of the game. I probably will, but right now I'm just going off of what I saw and the stats that were given on the Steelers app. So let's get right into it because it was a great game, and there's a lot of perks to what happened last night, and I'm pretty happy about it. It was kind of scary at some moments, but let's talk about the game. So James Conner and Le'Veon Bell. James Conner tonight had 19 attempts, 111 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And let me just tell you, he was a monster on the field for a second straight game, a third game of the season. He was amazing. I really think if Bell does come back and if the Pittsburgh Steelers play him in 2 weeks after the bye, Conner needs to get some reps. He really does. He's deserved it over the last 2 weeks. He played outstanding, A+ performance by him for the second straight week in a row. Let's talk about the Steelers receiving core. They literally demolished the Bengals secondary, and it was on display. Juju Smith-Schuster alone had 7 receptions, only 7 receptions, but he had 111 yards. And that amazing catch, I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a go up and get it situation. Ben threw it up to him at the 1 yard line. I thought at first, when I first saw it at the field, I thought it was intercepted. I'm like, oh, great. Pick. Intercepted at the 1 yard line. That's great. And then they showed that he caught it on the replay. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a touchdown. And then they go to replay and they say it's at the 1/2 yard line. I'm like, okay, well, that's great. At least we caught it. It was the best. I honestly thought he stole it from his arms. When you go and replay, it looks like he got the ball first. But I thought in real time, the first time I saw it, that was interception. And I think a lot of Bengal fans were yelling, yay, it's pick. It wasn't. It was a first down. And on the next play, Conner would get the touchdown. I think he hurdled a few people, or maybe it was 2 plays later. Can't remember right now. But Schuster went off. And then, of course, Antonio Brown, he had a few catches throughout the game. But when it mattered most, he showed up most. He had, I don't know how many yards it was, 35 yards. It was just a quick slant to AB, and AB did the rest. I actually went back and through my videos. I actually got it on video. I got the crowd's reaction, which I think is half the fun. So you guys stick to the end, and I will show you that at the very end. I have about 3 main videos I want to show, and at the end I also include the fight. I didn't really get much of the fight, but I did get the end of it, and I got some Bengal fans' reactions to the fight. So you guys will have to just wait for that. And then let's talk about Ben Roethlisberger, if I can talk. Ben Roethlisberger had himself a game alone. He went for 369 yards and a touchdown, and the biggest thing is no interceptions. I'm going to be bluntly honest here. There should have been a bunch of interceptions because Ben had balls tipped, but there should have been a few picks, I think, for both teams, really. But luckily, no turnovers, and I can't remember the last time the Steelers played in a game where there were no turnovers for either team. It's been a while. Ben, also, I watched enough YouTube videos on this to know it's pretty funny, and I thought it was hilarious when I saw it in real time. Ben's pass, it was scary at first, but Ben threw a pass. It was tipped, I think, by Perfect, but maybe it was a lineman for the Bengals. It was tipped. Then it was tipped again by another Bengals lineman, and then Ben Roethlisberger caught it. He didn't get any yards on the play, but it was fun to watch in real time. So Ben himself had a reception, unintended, but he got himself a reception. Again, no turnovers. Steelers defense played outstanding for a second straight week in a row, and if they keep doing this, I'm telling you right now, the Steelers can win a bunch of games for the remainder of the season. I did the math, and I think if the Steelers played like they did tonight, I think we might only lose 1 or 2 more games the rest of the year, especially considering the fact we're going to get Le'Veon Bell back, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully. So, great game by the Steelers. The Steelers have a bye next week, but I'm sure you guys are all waiting to see the 3 main videos that I have for the end of the game. So I'll get right into it. And if you guys enjoyed this part of the video, though, make sure to like and consider subscribing for more weekly content. Unfortunately, I don't go to the game every week. I hardly ever go. But when I do go, I make sure I record the best parts. So you guys take a look at this and make sure to like it and share it so everyone can see from Steelers from the at game point of view, because I think that's pretty interesting to see. So make sure to like, subscribe, and I will be having a giveaway probably next week in place of my videos for the bye. So take a look. I'll see y'all next week.
With the reception for Cincinnati.
5 seconds.
Plays good for a Bengals first down at the Cincinnati 38-yard line.
Your arm sucks.
Incomplete. Steelers win.
Right there. Hey, Tom, take it right there.